Welcome to the episode number 20 of the podcast From Stress to Success Blueprint with your host, Lolita Guarin. Let's continue with the micro stressors. I hope you're not bored with that because those are important. And they may not look like a big stressor of a day that maybe can change your life, but those little stressors, they add up, they creep up, they suck the energy out, and then you're burned out at the end of the day, and you may not even know what happened. You could be like, I look like I had a good day. I don't know what did I do. Like, it was fine, regular stuff, but I just have no energy. I want to go to sleep. And here's the deal. A lot of times it has to do with other people, but also it has to do with your state of mind as well and your own actions. So today I'm going to talk about a micro stressor that can occur in your everyday life when you are expected to do something that does not align with your values or with something that you want to do or you don't want to do. So, for example, you work in a workplace that, let's say, they do some things that it does not really align to your morals or your values in general, or could be just a simple thing, some task that you constantly need to do and you don't like doing it. Probably the same thing you can find in a family environment, or even, I don't know, living even by yourself. You may not have any people in your surroundings at all for months and months. But let's say if you're doing something that you really don't like doing it, but you still do it anyway because, well, you have to wash the dishes, and things like that. That is still bringing you stress, micro stress, because you don't feel comfortable. It doesn't give you pleasure. It's just kind of like there. And so there are kind of like two sides of this coin. Um, I don't know, maybe two different ways to look at it, or I don't know. But anyway, there's two things about doing something that you don't want to do. Number one, it is when something that's self-imposed. Let's say you are doing something that actually nobody told you to do that. Like, let's say, wash the dishes. You hate doing it, but you still need to do it. So then, well, what's left? Um, but then there's other way that when you're doing something that other people impose on you, and somebody else tells you that you need to wash the dishes, or you think they told you to wash the dishes. So I mean, or you think that they expecting you to wash the dishes. And where is the problem here? Because you, first of all, you need to find a way how to not to wash the dishes, right? Maybe you need to put them in the dishwasher. Um, you have to find ways how to manage that so you stress less about it. I want to address specifically situations where there are some actions, some activities that we need to do that were imposed by other people, or you believe that that's what you're expecting to do. Like, for example, finding another job, um, going for education that you really don't want, but your parents want you to be doing that. Maybe you expect, to have a different type of job, or you're doing something that you really don't like. It is stressful because that's not what you want to do. But the question is now, why are you doing that? If you grew up in an environment where you were learning that people pleasing is vital to you for your survival, you might be doing a lot of activities during your day that is really people pleasing. It has nothing to do with you, it has to do with them. So I'm inviting you to really think about your activities during the day and make a list of those things that really drain you. Those that you kind of feel like you don't want to do it, but you have to do it. Okay, so if let's say you're living by yourself and you need to wash the dishes, then it's like, well, you're really doing this to yourself, right? Like you washing the dishes. Then you can find different ways, like I said. So then on a piece of paper, write it down. Okay, I just washing dishes is really stressing me out. Find the ways how to do it. I don't know. Maybe you can now eat from without dishes. Eat from the pot with a fork. I don't know. Have paper plates. Find a way how to help yourself. Now, if you think immediately, well, I cannot really not do the dishes because I have plates, and God forbids if I'm going to eat from a paper plate, then you need to ask yourself, who told you that? Who is that you trying to please um, that had very different opinion than yours? Why are you doing the way you're doing it? Who do you want to please, yourself or other people? Are you afraid that other people have a different opinion about you? They change their opinion and then you feel not safe? Because you see, here's the tendency of us being humans and belonging to a group, that we are afraid that somebody else will not approve of our behavior, hence we'll be excluded from the group and then we die. Um, so it's very important for you to know what activities you're doing and who's really responsible for you doing those activities. Definitely by the end of the day, it's you. It's you who's doing that. You're the one who's in your job right now, even if you don't like it. You're the one who's in a relationship right now, even if you don't like it. You're pretty much all really responsible for all the things that you do. But let's just say that it's not that easy. It's not like you're gonna pack up all your stuff and leave the house. You have kids, you have responsibilities. It's not that easy to find another job. And well, maybe all you want to do just sit and look at the sky, and that doesn't pay much. It's important to change the point of view about what you do then. Because as I mentioned in the previous episodes, it's extremely important for you to realize that when you change the attitude towards something, that thing changes. So how you look at it, it will determine how stressed out you will be at the end of the day. What do I mean by that? So let's say you're washing the dishes. You have to do it. Find something that you like about that. You're like, what is to like about washing dishes? Well, maybe this is the time when you finally actually step away from your family and do those dishes in peace because nobody bothers you. Maybe this is your only one time when you kind of like can meditate and just let the hot water run through your fingers. Maybe this is the time that you can plan your day. Maybe you just can take a break and tell yourself, this is the only 5 minutes I'm gonna get for myself. Or you can change your point of view about washing the dishes and come with the gratitude and say, wow, I have dishes. Who knew I have dishes? And I can actually wash them. I have hands, I have hot water, I have a kitchen. I just prepared this meal, and that was awesome. Try finding good things in it, and then even go farther. You can think about all the amazing stories that you remember from your childhood or from your friends or from whatever, that you actually enjoyed getting together and you enjoyed washing the dishes. You also can put some music on. You can watch TV while you're doing that. What I'm saying, every situation in your life right now that you don't feel like doing it, um, you're the one who's in charge. So, or you change the situation, or you change your point of view about that situation and find something pleasurable about that. And if you can't, then you need to ask yourself, how is this situation serving you? No matter how painful it is, it always serves us because that's mean that we are doing what is expected of us to do. And maybe the moment now is in your life that it doesn't really matter what other people think. And if you still have, let's say from your childhood, the belief that you need to eat from a plate and you dare use a dishwasher, ask yourself, what's going to change if I'm going to eat from paper plate? Of course, this is just an example, but I'm sure you get the point. Again, write it down the list, identify those things, look what action you can take, and take that action. And if you cannot take an action, then you need to figure out why you're holding yourself back. And if you need more help with your micro stressors, I am here for you to help. So you're welcome to go on my website, beamazingyou.com, and book a session with me. And if you don't want a session, but would like to have something tangible in your hands, you're welcome to purchase my books, Crush Stress While You Work, or and Stress Management for Adult Children of Alcoholics. Both of them are available on Amazon. So I'm inviting you now to like this video if you're watching on YouTube and subscribe to my channel and leave me a comment and tell me, is there's one item that you thought while listening to me that you had no idea that you were stressing out about some small mundane things and now you are inspired to change it. Cannot wait to read that comment. And I'll talk to you tomorrow. Yes, you guessed it, about another microstressor.